Afternoon all. Am I audible? Yeah.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Let us wait for a few minutes, okay? Only 28 students have joined now. And then we will start. So what was the topic that we have discussed in the last class? We were discussing human resource development. So till what we have discussed, can anyone tell me? Yes?
Scope of HRD?
Scope of HRD. Okay. I was actually wanting to discuss the question paper with you people, but I don't think so I'll be able to do it right now because some updation has been taken by my laptop, so it is still getting updated. So then it will be better if we move to the next topic today. In the next class we will discuss about the question paper, and I'll also tell the marks that you have scored in your second sessional. Okay, is it all right, everyone?
Ma'am.
Okay. So scope of HRD has been done. Today we will be discussing something about performance appraisal. Okay, I think so you people all have come through this term performance appraisal, and at least some idea regarding this term is known to everyone, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So what is it? Yes.
View of an employee's performance
Hmm.
and overall job contribution.
Okay. Yes. Okay. And anyone else?
Ma'am, to evaluate how well employees have conducted their duty.
Okay, good.
Evaluate skills.
Yeah. Boys, no idea about performance appraisal? So you can say performance appraisal, it is a record of progress. Okay, it is a record of progress of the regular employees who are working in a particular organization, and that record will help in making promotions, in making demotions, in making transfers. Okay, and it is one instrument, you can say, which is helping in discovering the the talent of every employee he or she has. Okay, understanding what I'm trying to tell? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so basically, according to Flippo, okay, according to Edwin B. Flippo, he has defined a performance appraisal as a systematic, periodic, and so far as humanly possible, an impartial rating of an employee's excellence. It is, the rating is not done partially, but it is a genuine rating of an employee's excellence in matters that is related to his present job, and also to identify his potentialities for a better job. A person is placed in a position, okay, he is continuously performing in that particular position, taking up the responsibilities that he need to perform or he need to take up and work, and after the appraisal or evaluation of the performance, it can be determined whether that particular person is holding a position which he is not capable of holding, or it can also be determined whether the position that he is holding, he can hold a far better position than the current position. Understanding? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now there are few objectives of performance appraisal. First objective is, it is helping to determine the effectiveness of employees on their present work so as to decide their benefits. Based on the performance appraisal, it will be decided like if the employee is eligible for any kind of reward, be it economic or non-economic. Okay, then performance appraisal is also helping to identify the shortcomings of employees so as to overcome them through systematic guidance and training. It is not that performance appraisal is only helping to determine the effectiveness, but it is also helping to determine the flaws an employee may be having and how he can come up out of those flaws, what type of training he requires or what type of guidance that particular employee require, that can also be determined. Okay, and then it appraisal is also helping to find out the potential for promotion and advancement. As I have already told you, it helps to determine that if a person is currently working in a position, okay, it can be determined through the evaluation process if he is capable for a better position, and if it is found that he is capable, then there comes promotions. Understanding? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now what is the purpose of performance appraisal, why a organization requires it, or how it is helping the management? Okay, now performance appraisal, it is helping the management to take the decisions regarding what? Decisions regarding about the salary. As we all know, in an organization when you're working, there usually there usually happens a annual increment in the salary. Okay, now what amount should be incremented in a particular salary, for that purpose also performance appraisal is taken into count. Okay, then continuous evaluation of an employee also helps in improving the quality of an employee job performance. When performance appraisal is done, it is also not only helping the management but also the employee to identify in which part he is lacking and what are the things that he need to improve to enhance his quality and to enhance his job performance. Okay, then performance appraisal also brings out the facilities available to an employee when the management is prepared to provide adequate facilities for effective performance. If an employee knows that he is performing well, then that will automatically build self-confidence within himself. Okay, and it will also help to identify the facilities that the employee require for effectively performing. During this performance appraisal procedure only, all the things are determined. Okay, suppose a person is capable but he is not having proper facilities from the organization side and he is not able to use his talent, so all these things can also be identified by the process of performance appraisal. Understood? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Then as I have told you that it helps to identify whether a person needs to be promoted or he needs any kind of training to enhance his skills and to enhance his knowledge or to develop himself. Okay, so all these things comes under performance appraisal. Now this appraisal can be carried out in a written form, and this appraisal is carried out in written form once a year. Every year annual performance evaluation is done. Okay, and this performance appraisal information needs to be shared with the employee. An employee, they should have the opportunity to respond in writing to the appraisal. Now as we come to the different types of appraisal, we'll come to see this, that where I'm talking about the employee should have the opportunity to respond in writing to the appraisal comes under self appraisal method. Okay, there is a self appraisal where the employee is given a form and he needs to fill up like where and how he is efficient enough and how he is performing in his job, what are the things that he has gained after joining the organization, how much capable he is in doing his work. All these things he will be writing from his own. Okay, that is what is meant by self appraisal. I'll not go into details now, as we will be moving forward seeing the different types of performance appraisal. We will be coming into it. Then employees, they should have a mechanism to appeal the results of performance appraisal. Manager, they should have adequate opportunity to observe the employees. It is not that appraisal is done only appraisal is done only by assessing the self reports. It is not that an employee has done his self assessment and appraisal is done. It is not that. Appraisal is done based on the different reports that are created within the organization. Yes, the self report that the employee will make about himself, that will be taken into account, but not only based on that the appraisal will be done. The manager will also be observing the employee's work, and then the manager will also be giving his report against that particular employee. Okay, so depending on that also the decision will have to be taken. Understanding what I'm trying to tell? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then so these were the basic things about performance appraisal. If I move to the tools and the methods which is used for performance appraisal, first is there are basically 5 tools. Okay, one is assess, another is develop, third is plan, then review and perform. We will be discussing these methods of performance appraisal in details, but before that I'd like to discuss with you about the different methods of performance appraisal. Okay, now when we say methods of performance appraisal, the methods of performance appraisal has been classified into 2 types. One is the traditional method. Okay, traditional method which was adopted by the organizations at earlier times also, and in some organization it is still continuing, and some are the modern methods. Now these modern methods are basically focused in today's organization. Okay, under traditional methods there are so many methods. You have you heard about ranking method? Can you hear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Actually I'm having some network issues also today, that is why the voice is breaking, I guess. Now you people are able to hear? Okay, so I was talking about this one, the different methods. So basically the performance appraisal methods is divided into two types, traditional and modern. Now under traditional methods, the first method that come is the ranking method. Now what is this ranking method? Here the employee is ranked against the work in the working group under this method. Under the working group, the employee is ranked, okay, and that is done basically by the higher authority, or you can say the immediate boss, okay. They used to rank the employee against the other in the working group. There is some kind of we know that in an organization, in several departments, when we are talking about one department, similar type of work is carried out in one department. So among the group, what is his performance, based on that he will be ranked. Suppose there are 8 persons in a group who are working, whose work is of similar nature, then out of that 8 people he will be given one position, he will be ranked. Understood? Yes. So here the advantage is that the employee will be compared with the other person, and this type of ranking method, it is mostly seen to be implemented in organizations whose size is small. That is, in smaller organization this method is adopted for performance appraisal, okay. Disadvantage is that this cannot be used for big organization. Why it cannot be used for big organization? Because it is not possible in big organization to compare each and every employee and rank them accordingly. Understood? Yes? Understanding or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Another disadvantage of ranking method is that it does not evaluate the individuality of an employee. Now why is it said that it does not evaluate the individuality? Because as I have told you, when suppose in self-assessment, in self-performance appraisal, what is done? You are judging yourself. You are judging yourself on your individual basis, right? You are not comparing yourself with someone else to give marks, right? But in ranking method, since there is a comparison, so actual the capability of the person is not assessed here. He is assessed based on the capability of another person. If another person is working less, or is his performance is not that good, then you will be getting a better rank. But that doesn't imply that you are competent enough, or you are efficient enough in your work. Maybe the other person is less efficient enough, which is making you more efficient. Understanding? And sometimes it may happen that you have performed your work in a better way, but since the other person has performed it in a more better way, your work efficiency is neglected or ignored somehow. That doesn't mean that you are not capable. Understanding? So here, since the evaluation is not based, it is not done on the individuality of an employee, so that is one of a disadvantage in case of ranking method. Are you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay. The next method is the paired comparison method. Now in this method, basically this method, okay, this performance appraisal method, which falls under the traditional method, is used by the big organization. Here the employee is compared with other employees, taking only one at a time. That means, suppose there are 10 people, okay, there are 10 people working under a department of their work is of similar nature, but since in ranking method all the 10 employees are taken into consideration, but in paired comparison method only 2 employees are taken, okay, only 2 employees are taken, and then the evaluation is done based on these 2 employees. Comparison is done between these 2 employees, and then a tick mark is there against an employee whom he considers a better employee. Understanding? Since only the comparison is done between 2 employees, therefore it is known as paired comparison method, and this type of method is adopted in large organizations where the number of employee is more. But this method is also not that acceptable. Why it is not that acceptable? Suppose an employee is paired with an employee whose efficiency is more, definitely he will be ranked low. But suppose the person who is ranked low was paired up with such a person whose efficiency is more lower than him, then on that basis the employee who was actually marked lower, who got low score, may have been marked with higher score if he would have been compared with a person who was less efficient than him. Understanding my point? Yes. Now suppose you are getting 90 marks in a subject. I cannot compare a person of I cannot compare two persons who is scoring 30 and 80. If I directly compare a person scoring 30 and 80, definitely I'll directly tell that 30 is he is less intelligent, 81 is more intelligent. But if I compare a person of 80 and 90, a person who has scored 80 and 90, now what you will tell? You are getting my point, what I'm trying to say? Yes. Now here this paired comparison method has also some advantages and disadvantages. Advantages is that this type of method is adopted in big organizations, and it is helpful because in big organizations you cannot consider whole ample of employees and do the comparison. It is more feasible to take 2 employees and make the comparison, isn't it? And here individual traits are evaluated. In ranking method, individual traits were not evaluated, but here in case of paired comparison, individual trait is evaluated because the comparison is done between only 2, right? Disadvantage is that understanding of this method is difficult one, as I have told you. Just an example which I have given you. If you compare a student of 30 and 80 and then you compare a student of 80 and 90, it is a bit confusing what to do. Understanding? When you compare a student of 30 and 80, you will tell the 81 is of best quality. Again, if you compare now 80 and 90, now can you say that the 80 is of worst quality? Because there are students who are also scoring 30. Understanding? So it is a kind of bit difficult concept to understand from some angles. Understanding what I am trying to tell? Yes? Okay. The next method is the forced distribution method. Now what is this method? Here, the method which forces the rater to distribute the ratings of overall performance of an employee. Okay? In this method, what is done? The rater who is going to rate the employee, he is forced to rate based on the overall performance of an employee, is known as forced distribution method. Now for example, you see a group of workers doing the same job would fall into the same group as superior, at and above average, below average and poor. Now if you consider in team, okay, in team if you consider here what happens basically, suppose there are 2 teams, okay, you have given one project and you have seen that team B has performed very well and team A has scored very low. Okay, now what you will do as a rater, you are forced to rate team B with good rating point and you are going to give low rating point to team A. But that doesn't mean the individual person in team A is not competent enough. Maybe due to some reasons they are not able to present the project in a more proper way, which group B has done. Maybe group B is consisting of 10 members, but one member was one member was so much of like he had so much capacities that he has handled the entire project alone, but only for him the entire group won. Maybe in group A there was one person whose decision was wrong, okay, and because of that person the entire team got they have scored less. Understanding? So this method is also having some kind of loopholes, I can say. Understanding what I'm trying to tell? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Based on the overall performance, the rater is distributing the ratings. There are 10 people. Suppose because of one, everyone is getting below 5 rating out of 10, and in the other group because of one everyone is getting above, suppose 8 or 9 rating. You are getting? So there is a overall rating, but that doesn't imply that you are rating the individuals on you are rating the employees on individual basis. Understanding? The next is grading method. Now what is this grading method? Can anyone has this idea? How many methods we have discussed today? Forced, paired comparison, ranking. 3 methods we have discussed. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll stop here today. Okay, we are left with 1 2 3 4 to 5 methods which falls under traditional method, and once we are done with this, we'll move to the this one, modern performance appraisal method. Okay, is it okay, everyone?
Okay.
Have you understood all these 3? I'm not proceeding because I do not want you people to get confused. I have not even made you to write today, so like, if I continue with all the methods, I know you will be very much confused after the class ends. So I do not want you people to get confused, so it's better we go slow, but it is important that you understand the concept. Okay, we have time, I think so. We have the entire month of June. We are already in the 3rd module, and I think so by next week, first we have 3 classes, so I'll take 2 more classes of the next week, and we will be over with module 3. So entire 1 month we have for 2 modules. We will not take much time for those 2 modules, so there is no problem if we go a bit slow. It is important for you to understand the concepts. Okay, so anyways, how was your exam, everyone? Question paper was good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so everyone has done good in your exam, I guess. I have not seen your marks till now. I thought I'll be giving you the marks, and along with that I'll see. Yeah? Okay, you people have not received your result till now? Okay, so I think so you will be receiving, because bachelor degree students have already received their result. So I think so by today, tomorrow maybe. Okay, so quickly respond to your roll calls. Abhay, Akoizam, Amit, Angom, Ankit,
Yes, ma'am.
Balarilang,
Yes, ma'am.
Batlembyang,
Yes, ma'am.
Bhashwati, Biddut,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Bishnurat,
Yes, ma'am.
Chinmoy,
Present, ma'am.
Debajyoti,
Present, ma'am.
Dipanjali, Amira,
Present, ma'am.
Nurun Nahar, Golet Star, Hasina,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Hinashri, Hitesh,
Yes, ma'am.
Ibarisha, Jhonmoni,
Yes, ma'am.
Khidor, Mamoni,
Present, ma'am.
Masrura, Monirul, Monzur,
Yes, ma'am.
Narjina, Ninakshi,
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Pallavi, Papia,
Present, ma'am.
Pinky,
Present, ma'am.
Priti Rekha, Ramapal,
Present, ma'am.
Rahul Subedi,
Yes, ma'am.
Rizwana, Richa,
Present, ma'am.
Narendra, Selesh, Sapna Kumari, Satakshi,
Present, ma'am.
Tanaya, Twinkle, Upasna.
Present, ma'am.
Okay,
Present, ma'am.
so
ma'am.
yeah,
Ma'am, Sapna present.
yeah. Anyone is left to respond? You can respond. Have you all understood performance appraisal? At least, if not 100, 70%?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay. Yeah, how is your friend? who was suffering from corona, Noor Nahar, I guess. She's little bit stable. Is she out of the ICU now? Okay. Okay, then you can leave the class. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.